First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS whom I learned from. It's truth, right? And to you brothers out there, right, who's learning this truth and adhering and teaching to the hopeful elect, Shalom. To you ribs, to you sisters out there learning in silence and staying in order, Shalom to you as well, right? And to all Israel scattered abroad, adhering to the word, to the true doctrine, right? According to what the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai Rakah Kadash has given unto the elders and apostles of GMS to give to us, to spread it, right? So I came across something really weird, which I didn't think was gonna happen. But I'm not shocked that it happened. A transsexual pastor, right? The Christian church, man, has been in a steady decline, and while it's declining, it's slowly transforming into a transformer, right? The alphabet community is on the rise, so it's really not a shocker to me that they had infiltrated the Cesare Borgia's enterprise called Christianity, right? It's not a shocker that this would happen. We know that this would happen. It was just a matter of when. Where we hold camp, part of the Diligent Soldiers out of Boston, there we hold camp across the street. There's this big mega church, and the church there, the pastor has a lover who's a male, who so happens to one time come pay us a visit to tell us what's on his mind, like we cared, and he had informed us that the head pastor in that church was dealing with him, right? Not only was he dealing with that pastor, he's also dealing with a bunch of other pastors. And it was a male. It was a gay male who tried to impose his beliefs according to his beliefs. What he was taught in these churches, which was comedy, man. But at the same time, it exposes not only Esau but the church in which Esau had created, in which our people are stuck in, right? Because we hold this demon in a high esteem when it comes to everything, whether it be, financial, whether it be, religious, no matter what. Esau had made himself to be a standard in this world, right? Because Satan is the prince of the earth. The prince of the air of this earth, and his physical manifestation is Esau. So that's who our people look to, right? To the top of society, which is this damn demon, not knowing that Yahweh Shem Yahushai have created the base man to be over us, to show us his power, right? Just like he did in Egypt with Pharaoh, right? In Romans 9, it talks about, and for this purpose I had to set up, Egypt, so I could show my power throughout the earth, right? By what? By destroying that kingdom, right? Same thing with Esau. He created him to be a base man and to show us that he could make anybody, come on top, even the lowest of the lowest. But Esau's got something special coming to him at the end. But without further ado, I'm gonna play the video. Fair use, fair use.
It's Faith Friday here at EBC, and we are so excited.
Fair use, fair use. This is for edification purposes.
About our next guest, they are breaking barriers as the first openly transgender person to be elected as Bishop of the Sierra Pacific Synod of the Evangelical Lutheran Church, easy for me to say. It's one of the largest Christian denominations in the country with over 3.3 million members. And in this new role as bishop, they will oversee about 200 congregations in both California and Nevada.
So let's bring in now Reverend Dr. Megan Rohr of San Francisco's Grace Evangelical Lutheran Church. And look at that smile. It is so good to have you here. You officially take the new position in September. So you got a little time now, but still, how did you get the news? It's a big deal no matter what. But for you, how did you take that news when you first heard you'd be taking over this role?
I think at first I was shocked and surprised. Anytime you do something that's brand new, it's always surprising to know that I'll step into that role. But the good news is that I might be the person stepping into something historic, but it really was the folk of the Sierra Pacific Synod who had faith in me. They did the historic thing. They voted, and I'm just so grateful they had faith in God, faith in what we're up to, and faith in me to be their leader.
And Reverend, your journey to become bishop has not been an easy one. You grew up in South Dakota. You talk about how you experienced religious abuse firsthand, and yet you say it was that experience that actually brought you closer to God.
Absolutely. Being able to rise through the depths of maybe what other people think about you or what I think about myself, it reminds me of that one of my favorite hymns, Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. And sometimes, it takes folk wondering if God truly loves you to be able to articulate why God certainly is next to my side and next to the side of everyone out there who's yearning and hoping that God can be with them and is inspired by Jesus' message.
Now, we always, I was just about to say, this is the part where we're supposed to hand it over to you to give us some words of faith and inclusion and hope going into the weekend. You've already given us so many. So we're going to ask you to continue what you have been doing and give folks, I guess, just some words of love and inclusion, kind of your message they can take with them going into the weekend.
I've been reading Ephesians 3, where it talks about how Jesus expands our understanding of God, showing us the breadth and the depth and the height of what is to come. And so I just want to encourage anyone who has felt like their faith is being stretched to remember that God is with you and for you. And if your neighbor is stretching you to love bigger, love bigger. If your neighbor is stretching you to be more patient, do the best you can. Or maybe your kids are stretching you in all the directions they're stretching you. But know that God adores you, that I adore you, and if you got a little extra time this weekend, tell people you are grateful for them and that you love them too. And if you haven't heard it from your own faith community, come join us in the Lutheran Church. We'd love to have you in the pews and to pray with us.
I love it there at the end. Reverend Dr. Megan Rohr, it is so good to have you. Congratulations. You're starting the post in September officially. We hope to check in with you again down the road, all right?
Thank you very much.
Well, hey there,
You see that madness, right? I mean, obviously, she sounds like a woman trying to look like a man. Scriptures say, "I suffer not a woman to teach, but to keep silent in the churches." But of course, Esau don't care. Esau thinks he's above Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, so they make their own rules, man, and that's why you see this this abomination, man. I mean, it's sickening, and the church has done our people so wrong, whereas they took us away from our Heavenly Father, right, in the correct doctrine and the way. This is done on purpose, pertaining to Psalms 83 on how the nations came together with one consent to get rid of Israel by any means. Right, and all these nations came together to do that and succeeded, because you see our people under this false religion, man, not knowing that this book is theirs. Right, our people are so lost, and that's why Christianity teaches that you could do whatever you want. There is no accountability. There is no moral compass, because so long as you have faith, you could do whatever you want, because you know what? Yahweh Shai kept the law, statutes, and commandments, that if you believe in him, he kept it for you. So basically, you could do whatever you want, but the scriptures say Yahweh Shai is not the minister of sin. So you know, this is why the Christian church is set up the way it is, because the people don't even read the books, man. They are entertained by the music and the pastor hooting and hollering with the choir and all these things. And if you go to an Israelite church, you're gonna notice that, you know, we do it. We sing songs the hardest, we scream the loudest, right? And it's all a show, man. Where the church is losing respect, right? Here's a video of our church, allegedly our people's church. Look at what this guy's doing.
Crack pipe? Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Is that a crack pipe in there? Marijuana pipe, brother, just made out of glass. Bro, is that a crack pipe? Don't you do it. Is that a crack? Don't you do it. Is that a crack pipe in there? Marijuana pipe, brother, just made out of glass. Bro, is that a crack pipe? Don't you do it. Is that a crack? Don't you do it. Is that a crack pipe in there? Marijuana pipe, brother, just made out of glass. Bro, is that a crack pipe? Don't you do it. Is that a crack? Don't you do it. Is that a crack pipe in there? Marijuana pipe, brother, just made out of glass.
So you notice how he lit it, he took a puff and nothing came out. That's crack. That's crack. The guy who's making the video most likely knows what crack smells like, right? It doesn't give out a smoke like marijuana does. Marijuana will give you a whole cloud, because that's plant, right? That's a whole plant. Whereas crack is baking soda and, you know, and cocaine mixed, which was a plant mixed with other things, which that's why you don't get the smoke coming out of the mouth. You know, it's more vapor-like. And the guy in the video knows what that smells like. There's a very distinct smell, right? And this pastor not only is smoking crack at the church, he's also lying. So we should say lie not one to another, right? This is madness, man. The Christian church is a joke. Let's get some scriptures real quick. Slacky, let me see. Go to Hosea. It's Hosea chapter 4, verse 12. My people ask counsel at their stocks, and their staff declareth unto them, for the spirit of whoredoms has caused them to err. Right? The spirit of whoredom, basically, we're not talking about, you know, a woman, prostituting herself or anything like that, or cheating or anything like that. We're talking about people going into other doctrines, right? Because Israel is a bride unto Yahweh Shai, right? So we are not to be dealing with other people's philosophies, as Adam and Eve did by eating that the so-called apple, as the Christian church believes, but it was really another nation's doctrine. The Lord hates that, man. That's why they got let go. They got divorced out of the Garden of Eden, right? So our people, when they go into these Christian churches, they're doing the same thing, man. And guess what? Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is not gonna look the other way when he finds you, right? And you're not gonna act like you ain't do nothing wrong, right? It says here, for the spirit of whoredom has caused them to err, and they have gone a whoring from under their God. Right? To do what? To worship other gods from other nations. Our people have been doing this since the book of Exodus, right? As soon as we got to the desert, what did we do? We were struggling, so they wanted to do what? Worship the gods of Egypt, thinking that they were going to be saved through that. But no, can't do that. And that's why Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai made us roam around the desert for 40 years, right? You know, and Israel just acts like he's doing nothing wrong, man. He's like, oh no, it's just the marijuana pipe. No, that's crack. Stop lying, right? It's Proverbs 30 and 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman, right? We could look at this as if it was Israel, right? Because Israel in these churches is an adulterous woman, right? She eateth and wipeth her mouth, right? She's taking in this doctrine and acting like, you know, she ain't doing nothing wrong, right? This pastor's just lost, man. Like, he can't be held accountable, right? And said, I have done no wickedness, right? This is the church today, man, where they could do whatever they want, man. As long as you got that faith, you're covered, right? It's bullshit. If it was up to these Israelites today, man, we'd be in captivity for another, hundreds and hundreds of years, man. They'll go to the next God and the next God and the next God, and whoever's on top, our people are gonna ride with it. Let's say, for instance, if China takes over the world and replaces Esau, which we know that's not gonna happen, because Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning that followeth, right? But let's just say hypothetically that Moab took over and Esau became subservient. You're gonna see Jake walking around with Chinese letters on their sneakers, and they're gonna start acting Chinese and all these other things, man. They're gonna start getting into kung fu. The music's gonna change. Like, this is what our people will do, man. Lost. Always trying to find a place to be looked at and saved from, right? You're trying to find your salvation through other gods, right? But you know what? Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is gonna laugh at your calamity when you try to call on Him when the time is up, right? It's Isaiah 45:20. It says, "Assemble yourselves and come, draw near together, ye that are escaped of the nations," right? They have no knowledge that set up the wood of their graven image, right? And this is talking about Christianity, man, right? We need to assemble ourselves in the correct doctrine, but no, you people want to assemble yourselves in these Christian churches, right? Do all kind of wickedness throughout the week. Go there Sunday, and guess what? And all of a sudden you're washed, right? They have no knowledge that set up the wood of their graven image and pray unto a God they cannot save. Our people are lost. I saw a video of Jake having this porcelain Jesus laying down, and this is around the Passover, and there was huddled around, they crying, they're bawling their eyes out over the statue, man. It was sad and frustrating at the same time, but man, you 2/3 gotta die, man. You gotta go, because you know what? There's no more time, man. The doors of repentance are closing, man. We don't got time for this bullshit, nor do I got the patience, man, to deal with hard-headed 2/3, man. But anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. Shalom Akim.